Are you thinking about building a real estate team that now is the time? Well, it is all the rage building a team today. You almost feel like if you don't, something's wrong with you. But let me tell you, building the team the wrong way can be a big problem. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 things to avoid when building your team. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm John Sellers, real estate coach and guide. If you want to learn more about how to sell more real estate, all the while creating more health, wealth, and freedom in your life, then you are at the right place. And if you haven't done already, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and make sure to hit that button below so you don't miss any of the future videos I have. Building a team can be an incredible way to, serve your clients at a higher level, increase your profits, hopefully get yourself some free time, and have a lot of fun with the folks who are working with you. That is if it's done right. If it's done wrong, it can affect your service to your clients. It can mean you lose money. You can end up wasting a ton of time and just be really frustrated. And that is not good. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things, again, to avoid when building a team. So let's go ahead and dig into number 1, not being clear about your why. So why do you want to start a team? As I talk to agents, they're saying, well, I'm just too busy. Well, that can be a good reason to try and get some freedom. Or I want to be more profitable and I want to leverage my time better. That can be great too. So what I find is agents need to be really clear about what's their plan. Is it because they just want to get some free time? There's a different strategy with that. Is it they want to build a large team so they can really be profitable long term? So how many people do you want to have in your team? What is that big vision? Is it really you just want to get some free time back and you don't want that headache of lots of people? So this takes a little bit of time. So I've seen agents where they don't think about it and they just quickly haphazardly go out and hire people without a big vision, and it just becomes a mess and they don't create anything that they want. And so you want to really be thinking clearly about, do you want to just get some free time in your life? What would that take? How many people do you really need? Or is it, I want to build a large team so that I can get a lot of freedom and really increase profitability? So the key is take a little bit of time to really think about it. Don't just react because you're frustrated one day and hire somebody. Number 2 is hiring in the wrong order. So let me share with you where I learned this, and it's been very practical, is going back to Gary Keller's The Red Book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. If you haven't read it, even though it's a little older, there's so much great stuff in there about building teams and what the order is. So most of the time you want to build a team because, 1, you want to get some freedom in your life. But what happens is many people go out and they don't have administrative people, they don't have those things in place, and they go out and get a buyer's agent. And now they just create more problems because they don't have the infrastructure put in place. So the first thing you want to be doing is hiring administrators. You want to build a do not do list. So what are the things that you're doing every day that you could get a lower paid person to do, administrative person, to take that off your plate? Because your greatest skill typically as a real estate agent is being out in front of people. And the last thing you want to do is hire a buyer's agent, give them your leads away, and now you're back doing more administrative work, which isn't your skill level. You see what I'm saying there? So you want to get the administrative cleared out, get as much of that off your plate first, because that's going to do 2 things. One is it's going to give you more free time to be more profitable, so you can actually do more deals without working as hard. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to give you some free time so that when you do hire people, you have the time to train them, the time to work with them, and the time to work on your vision of how you build that business. So really think about, don't just rush out and hire a buyer's agent. Get that administrative person, whether it's a person in your office. There's great ways to do that with VAs right now. I have a VA that I work with that does all of my accounting. It's amazing, out of the country. It's very inexpensive and it works fantastic. So don't hire in the wrong order. Now for number 3 of the things to avoid when building a team. This number 3 I'm going to have a lot of practical experience with, is hiring people like yourself. Okay, so a lot of real estate agents are very outgoing. They're real people, and they love to have people that they get along with, at the same personality types. However, the problem with hiring like that is that they often are just like you, and their weaknesses are the same as yours. So this really particular into administrative people. And I have been hiring people for 30 years, and some I've made a lot of mistakes early on. And I hired people that were just like me. And then I was wondering why they really weren't good at things, or we spent too much time talking, we didn't get things done. And the last person that I hired was the most fantastic. And the reason being is, what made Laura so great is that, I did a DISC profile on her, and that's really critical to understand. It's like, wow, she's a high C. So it wasn't easy to actually have a conversation with her. I had to ask her a lot of questions to bring it out. And so at first it was like, it wasn't natural for us in how we had conversations. Now, don't get me wrong, she was a very nice, pleasant lady, but it was different for me. But what I found is, it was great because she'd come into the office, we'd do a little bit of chit chat, not very much, and she was on to her task. And with her personality, she could do the same repetitive things over every single day and love it. And guess what? I'm not that kind of person, and most salespeople aren't. I have a hard time doing the same thing every day, monotonous work over and over. But because her personality type was different, she actually thrived on that. That actually gave her energy. So this may sound simple, but I see people hire wrong all the time on this. So understanding DISC profiles and looking at, hey, what is the job description of the person I'm hiring? If we're gonna get an administrative person, we're not gonna want a high social person that's really driven. We're gonna want someone that's very task-oriented, somebody very detailed. Now, if you're going out to hire somebody as a buyer's agent, we need to look and say, okay, do we want somebody that's really dominant? Because if they're really dominant, and that might be you, they're most likely not gonna stay. They're gonna go out and wanna do their own thing because they're independent. So you're looking for someone that has very high social skills, but really likes being part of a team. And these can be found through using DISC profile and other items. So this is a mistake that I see people make often, that I've made many times. And when you get that right hire and you've hired that right person, life is so much easier. And you think, why did this not happen before? But when you've hired the wrong people, it's miserable and it doesn't get better. So it's better to just get rid of them and move on. So let me recap these three. So not being clear about your why. What is your short-term vision? What is your long-term vision? What are you really trying to create with this team? Number two, hiring in the wrong order. You really need to get administrative people. Is it you really need a buyer's agent? Or do you really just need to get a lot of this administrative off your plate? And what would that look like if you did it right? And number three is hiring people like yourself. Hire the people that are going to fit for that job, not necessarily the people that are going to be your good friends. And that's hard for people that are very social, high I personalities, because we want to get along with everybody. We want to be able to chit chat and have a great time. But oftentimes, especially administrative, you're going to find there are people that are going to be slower. They're not going to need to talk as much, and that's going to really work out better for you. Hey, John Sellers here again, real estate coach and top 1% influencer at EXP. Hey, if you enjoy content about how to sell more real estate, all the while creating more health, wealth, and freedom in your life, then please go ahead and like, subscribe, share, hit that button down below so you don't miss any of the future videos. Now, if you'd like to know about how you might be able to partner with me and get free coaching to build those things into your life, go ahead and look in the description box below. There'll be a way to contact me, and we'll set up a no obligation consultation. We'll figure out if there might be a way that works. So hey, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.